Okay, guys, let's get stuck in. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. If the audio is okay, just let me know. So welcome back, and just gonna play a wee bit just to warm up. You can let me know, is it too loud, too boomy, or is it too whatever, too much? Okay, so I'm just gonna try and keep the comment window open as well. Okie dokie. So yep, if it's all okay, guys, if the audio's all okay, just let me know, and if anything's too loud, just let me know as well. Hopefully, if I can get my OBS to work properly. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to warm up as usual. Okay, so I'm just going to put it over to Bazooki just for a sec. Let me just check. Hopefully everything's coming through. Well, the mic I know is definitely working. From the looks of it anyway. The pickup looks a bit weird. Let me just try that. Make sure all my cameras are working as well. A bit buzzy. Okay. Radio. So guys, if the audio is okay, just let me know. Just type in the chat there just to say that you can hear the Bazooki, you can hear me as well. I'm really hoping I'm not speaking to myself. Well, it's okay if I am actually. I'm hoping that you actually can hear me is the main thing. I don't mind if there's nobody there at the moment because all these videos people can watch back whenever. Where did I play that before? I think I did it with the capo. Okay. Radio. Okay, I'm assuming this audio is working. I'm just gonna play back just to be sure. Yep. Okay, it looks to be working okay. Radio. So guys, today I'll go back to normal view mode. What I'll do is you can actually see me. Right. What I'll do is I'll show you what today's tune's going to be. I've already sort of prepared a couple of wee things for this. It's the Otter's Holt, very well known tune, very good in the fiddle. This is Olivia Barrett's latest one as well. So if you don't already know, guys, Olivia is a professional fiddle player from British Columbia and has released an album. And that's how I actually came across her music on Facebook. It was through that album. And I asked her if it's okay if I can use her fiddle tunes as like the tunes that I can use to accompany, to show you guys like, how to accompany on the Irish bouzouki, or at least the way that I do it. She's very kindly agreed to do that. So yeah, I'll be using her stuff hopefully most of the time. And the latest one is the Otter's Holt. Okay, so it's a nice reel. I'm just going to check a couple of wee things. Because my audio does sound slightly unusual to me anyway. Okay, maybe it's because everything was up way too loud. Okay, so let me see. I shall show my screen just to give you guys an idea of what I've prepared. So this is the stuff here. Okay, so there's a few versions that I've got for MP3. There's a couple of wee things that I've got on Vision, the app that I use, and I've even like put stuff into Logic to let you hear stuff that I was messing around having fun with earlier on today. And then there's the Otter's Holt, the actual reel, played by Olivia. So we're going to listen to that first just to get an idea what the tune is. Okay, so this is from the Facebook. Just have we listen. Oh, yeah, I forgot that what I need to do there is open that up in here. Yeah, 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, open up. Yeah, my computer's taking a wee bit of time. There we go. Final Cut Pro. I wonder why the audio didn't take that time. Okay. Great tune, and a great variation that she did there as well, actually, in the B section. I'm not going to be playing the actual tune, and I wouldn't be able to do something that well either. So definitely, if you're looking to learn that tune, that's an excellent variation, and especially in that second half, that was fantastic. So head on over to her Facebook, give it a like and have a look at her album as well. Get her album. Brilliant tunes to accompany, and actually they're brilliant tunes just to listen to. So even if you're not into accompanying, they're just great, just to chill out to. And she writes a lot of her own. So there's a few there that I'm learning. It's gonna take me a while, but I'll learn them. Okay, so that's the tune. Now I've taken that out a couple of times and put it into different things. So this is the original that Olivia was doing. So in Olivia's one, it's C sharp minor that it starts off in, goes into E in the second part. That's kind of common, guys. That idea of starting in so-called minor key and then going into the major key. Usually that happens when you start off in B minor. Okay, so any of you guys who are in my courses will know all about modes. It's all part of the lessons here. And if I briefly just give you a little sneak preview of it. Yeah, modes used in Irish traditional music. Yeah, this one here. You know, any of my bouzouki guys will know that anything that's in the B, so-called B minor, is actually B Aeolian, and we tend not to play that with any capo at all. And it's probably one of the least used keys. There's a whole rake of keys used in Irish traditional music, so it's probably not as common. That's why it's very nice to get a tune that's in this key. Usually, when it's in B Aeolian, it tends to modulate or change key to D Ionian in the second half of the tune. Okay, so I'll point that out when we're going through it, just to let you hear it. So yeah, let's have a wee listen to it. This is just the MP3 this time. So okay, so that's the starting key, and then the second half is da 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 da. So look out for that when you're playing if you're playing trad music. And I don't know if it's the same in Scottish traditional or any other Western European folk music, but for Irish traditional music, when you start off in the key of a minor key like that, for B Ionian, I should say, you tend to go into the so-called relative major, the D Ionian. So now the problem, the difficulty that we have here is that we're kind of starting on different tuning. So you may have noticed me humming along with Olivia there. Here it is again, so that you hear it. That's the tonic. Now, major. Nice ending to that. Da, 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 dum. It's kind of a ambiguous ending. You don't really know. Is that the end? So it's a lovely harmony that she has. She actually works out her own chords alongside of it as well. So that kind of does help actually for me to figure out the key. But usually when you guys are sort of doing this in a session environment, you got to be quite quick, and no one's really going to help you with the key unless you happen to have another guitar or bouzouki player or mandolin player or someone around who plays in keys, or even just one of the leading instrumentalists who actually knows what key the piece is in. Most of the time they won't. Most of the time they don't. Most of the time they don't have to. In fact, if anything, they'll look to you for that information. So you need to be able to sort of very quickly find that tonic. Dum, and I just do what I would expect like a Uilleann pipes or Scottish Highland pipes to do, to have like a drone going on in the background, or at least in my head, to figure out what the tonic is. Dum, and that's what I had there. Dum. Now, then I would go looking for that. If I bring my bouzouki, I would go looking for that on the bouzouki itself. Where am I going to hear that note? So, is it here? Nope. Is it here? Nope. There. Okay. So that's kind of, unusual. But if I add the capo on too, and pretend I'm in B minor now. Da, 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 da. Okay, so that's the tonic there. Usually when you guys will be doing this in a session environment, you won't be using a capo, and you'll be in the key of B minor, B Aeolian. Da, 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 and I've actually transposed it down to that key as well. We'll do this later on into our sort of standard keys. Oops, that's a bit wobbly. Da, 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 da. Let's make sure. Yeah. Da 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 da. Then you're up at the D major here. Let's keep it in her key for now. So we'll just add it to capo on 2. Moved everything up 2 frets to get to this B minor up here now. That's not B minor anymore, that's C sharp minor, and I'll show you guys on the app, the reverse chord app. If I just add the capo here, and now I play, here we go, C sharp, E and G. That's your C sharp minor chord. C sharp, E, and G sharp. And another C sharp, the root doubled. Okay, so that is your tonic and your key that we're in. C sharp Aeolian, if you want to think of it that way. Now let's have a wee listen to see, can we just play along at full speed? You know what? I might actually open this up in... Yeah, I'll open it up in Fission so I can loop it. Let me see. I'll show you guys what this looks like as well. It's kind of nice to have. Come on, guys, open up. Yes, it's taking a wee minute here. Everything's working a wee bit slow. Oh, okay. Let's show you guys what I'm seeing here. Please locate the audio. Oh, okay. Maybe I've changed the audio and I need to go back. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, I think this is the audio. Yeah. Have a listen. That's what I love about this app, guys, is that I can, you know, break it up into wee sections and turn little sections up and down if I want to, export this as its own little MP3 file, add little notes to it as well, have fade in, fade out, normalize it if it's, you know, there's sections of it that may be ridiculously quiet. There aren't. These are all, this is normal wave. So it's one of the best apps that I have for this. Someone was recommending actually on, I'll have to find that comment again. Someone sent a wee comment today about Capo, which is another app that I'm going to check out for you guys. It's a subscription. As far as I remember, it may have changed, but it's a subscription only model. And this is just pay once, own forever. But it only works for Apple computers. So, but Capo is a very powerful little app that does something similar to this. It's kind of like this mixed in with Pitch Switch, which is probably the most powerful app that I use audio wise, which allows me to tune everything very minutely and change tempo and speed up, slow down. So yeah, there's other apps out there that do the same sort of things that I have here. But the thing I like about these apps, aside from the fact that I've gotten very lazy with them and know how to use them, is that they're pay once, own forever. And for any of you guys who are on my course, my Bouzouki courses, you know that's something that I really like a lot. When people sell courses or something online, is that you don't have to keep on paying forever, because it kind of forces you to speed up your learning. I love courses where you can just, you know, take your time at it. Okay, so it's the same thing for these apps. You know, I might not use them often, some weeks or months, and, you know, don't want to be paying for them if I'm not using them. Okay, so this is the audio. We'll keep that actually. Actually, no. Let me see if we could just save the cue sheet. In here, it's probably gonna, yeah, replace everything that's in there. There we go. Yeah. Really don't need you anymore then. Yeah, there we go. Let's just listen to the audio full speed and see if we can play along with it once. And I'll put it back to my Bouzouki so you guys can see me. Okay, so remember Capo on 2 for this, guys. If you're going to play along, and it's going to be full speed, but I will be slowing it down later. Here we go. I'm just going to check out to see how loud I am. 2 secs, guys. I hope that's loud enough for you guys. It seems a wee bit. Maybe I'm just too used to like really, really, really loud in sessions and stuff. But to me, that sounds a bit tame. But yeah, if it's loud enough for you guys, that's okay. We'll keep it that level. Let's have a wee rake through it again. I really love this tune, as you can probably tell. Okay, so that's our starting key, or starting chord. And it usually does that. It usually goes down to... You can make it a B5, like a B power chord if you like, or you can just leave that off and have it as a B sus4 chord. I tend to do that quite a bit. I'm quite lazy when it comes to moving that. I just slide those 2 fingers that I already have down here for the C sharp minor and move that down to get the B. It's not even C sharp minor, it's just, oh, it is C sharp minor, of course. So from C sharp minor down to the B, sus4, and then down to your A. Yeah, sort of whiskey in the jar sort of progression. It's very similar, actually. As I was going over, yeah, so those chords. Use that a lot in trad music, for especially the B Aeolian, in this case C sharp Aeolian key that we're in. Oops. There's a little nice little chord in there as well that I sometimes put in. I'll show you guys in a minute. Bring up to that B, or up to that C sharp. So let's have a wee listen to it a couple more times as I get used to those chords, and you can check out where I'm changing it as well. Just, yeah, scrub that back to the start. Here we go. be working out polyphonic stuff later on. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this is the A section. The A section repeated, the B section, the B section repeated. Simple, normal binary form, like nearly every single tune. There's a couple that we've done that aren't like that have 3 parts to them. And there's loads of others that have more than 3, but 2 sections, each of them repeated, is the norm for trad music, so-called binary form. Sometimes it's even rounded binary, quite often, where you have like da 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 at the end of the B section, which I think is what we have. Which is kind of the same as the start. Slight difference. Here's the A section again. And it started the B. That would be in the key of E. As you can tell up here, I've said C sharp minor going into E. These 2 sections are in the C sharp. If you're saying minor or tone, if you're talking tonally, C sharp minor. If you're talking modally, which you should be, because it is folk music, it's C sharp Aeolian. And then it's going into E Ionian or E major, if you think of it that way. Oops. When you select it like this, see where everything's white here, it'll just continuously repeat over and over and over and over again. I love that, actually. I know people might drive them crazy, but I love being able to listen to the same thing for as long as you like. And you can add in as many splits as you like. So say if you wanted to, I don't know why I'm shutting this company, I'm not getting paid. This is not a sponsored video, guys, okay, despite what it may look like. Yeah, so if you wanted to zoom way, and I mean way in, well, you're not going to zoom that far in. But yeah, you can see up here the whole timeline, how much you see is in this box here. So like how far you can zoom in wavelength wise, like into, I don't even know what is this, like a fraction of like a tenth of a second or something. So you don't need to go that far, but if you wanted to split this up further into little smaller sections to repeat, you can do that as well. It's very easy to do. So let's have a wee listen just to that going into the B section. Yeah, it actually might be nice ending on that chord. Boom. Where is it now? Okay, I'll go back to this. Yeah, instead of ending on the chord down here, let me see if I can just get rid of this for a second so I can bring up. Oops, I knocked that. Yeah, so instead of ending on the A down here, it might be nice to end on the A up here, which would be your A5, your A power chord. See, just holding down, trying to move my pinky. There we go. Holding down these 2. They're always like 5 frets up from the capo. That's how I remember. It's very easy. It's the first power chord I ever learnt because it's like the bothy band at the start of the Kes jig. So that's the first one I ever learnt from the bothy band. So 5 up from the bottom, and you get your power chord, which is a A5 chord in this case. If without the capo, it'd be down here. It'd be your G power chord, which is what the Kes jig is, and okay, so we'll keep it capo just going for a wee sec because I want to slow this down and maybe try it in a different key. Okay, so let's see if I go back to desktop. Let me open this up. Okay, so that was her original key, C sharp to E. Then what I did was I took going through pitch switch like I usually do. I've shown you guys this a few times, those of you who've been to the streams, I can just drop this in this file, literally just drag and drop like that. The plus symbol you can see accompanies me, and I just let go. And then once it let go, you can see that there's the title. It's now loaded, and you can mess around with whatever here. So if I was to play it, believe it or not, that's the normal key. You'll find it in tune books. 2 semitones lower means taking the capo, as you guys can probably see on my down here behind my screen here where my cursor is. You can see I've still got my capo on. If I just take that off, I've gone 2 semitones. I've made them I've tuned everything down 2 semitones now. So this is the key that we should be in. So if I just go back to here, so everything is the same as before, except this is, instead of being C sharp, is now B minor. So that's how we listen to it slowed down. Ending on the G power chord in the middle, again 5 frets up. Yeah, so that's the standard tuning for that one, is taking this capo off entirely, and you just got your normal, but this time it's so B minor, and then your A sus4 this time, and then your G chord, and then going back up again, A sus4, and then B minor again, and then you're up to your D, your relative major to this B minor that you started in. So very common for B Aeolian tunes to do that, guys. Start off in the minor and then end up in the major. Usually in the B section, when you start it, you're in the major, but by the time you get to the end of the B section, you've gone back down to back to B minor, or what Olivia did, which was end sort of ambiguously on the on a G chord this time. That's nice too, if you want to just sort of end it a wee bit more mysteriously. That's lovely. Okay, so let's see if we just go back a wee sec just to the desktop. So what I did was I took that guy out and put it down into B minor and D. So let's just see now, what does it sound like? I think this is, yes, this is me on the whistle. To make it a bit more interesting, rather than me on the wee tin whistle there, I had to tune that, believe it or not, down, I think 10 cents. Isn't that like a tenth of a thing? I had to tune it down like a fraction. And that's what I like about Pitch Switch as well. There's a couple of other apps like Capo that does this too, and there's a few others that I tried out. But you just don't have to go up up or down 1 or 2 semitones. Like for this one here, yeah, if I put this in, I noticed that the whistle's slightly, not a semitone, but slightly out of tune. So what I did was I went up here to the top right and options. Not sure if you guys can even see that, but if I zoom in, you see where it says fine adjust pitch, fine adjust tempo, and fine adjust playback range. You can really get quite specific here. And for me, it was fine adjust pitch. It's even karaoke. Fine adjust pitch and just zoom back out. So it means now when I move this, do you see the way it's no longer full semitones? It's like 0.1 of a semitone. That's all I needed to do to get it in tune. Now you might think, really, did I really have to do that? When I get into the high octave, it becomes a lot more apparent. So here it was just the original original pitch. Start moving down. There we go. Now if I go any further, there's a full semitone down. Yeah, so it's a brilliant app for that, like being that precise where you don't have to go down entire semitones. If you're slightly out of tune like I was, I've put it like to 0.1 of a semitone. So there's only 0.1 of a semitone difference between these two files. But what I did was I was able to then, it does matter in things like, why do I not on my face? There we go. It does matter when you do these things if you're, say, going to take your audio file and start sending it to other people, you know, to practice along with, or put it into like a DAW, like digital audio workstation, or like a sound studio or something, recording studio. Because if you wanted to add like, you know, keyboards and stuff to it, even just being out of tune constantly at that, you know, that level can sort of mess up all the other instruments that you may want to add. So that's why I wanted to sort of just showcase, just for tonight, guys, just to showcase some of the things that I get up to, just to make practicing a bit more fun. So what I ended up doing here was I put the tuned up version of the Otter's Holt reel into Logic and started adding a couple of wee extra plugins and stuff. So I'll let you guys hear to see what you think. Now, some of it is a wee bit, you know, so it's meant to be over the top, okay? So it's not something that I would, you know, expect to release an album with or something. It's just to let you guys hear some interesting stuff going on. Okay, let's have a listen just to the Shimmer Shake. I love this one. Let me see. Oh, is that a bit loud, I wonder? I'm going to bring in the whistle as well, I think. I'll add in the guitarist and the boron after. 2, I think, is more than enough. To end it the same as Olivia there, ended on the G. Now this will be interesting when I go back to playback in YouTube. How desperate is this? put it back a wee bit further. It's just for tonight. So I just want to get an idea. See, this is the first time I've ever done this on YouTube, is to see, can I have Logic streaming to YouTube at the same time, and will I be in tune with myself when I'm playing along with it? So just let me see if I'm in time with myself. I'm drowning out the whistle, no doubt, and also the shimmer shake. But I suppose that's okay in this context, because I want you guys to sort of hear the bouzouki more than anything anyway. It is, after all, like a sort of practice with me bouzouki lesson. This will change, by the way, guys. I'm releasing courses on jazz or pop harmony. I'm releasing courses on piano and tin whistle and flute. So over time, these practicing me sessions, I'll let you know in advance when it's going to be what. But for the meantime, I think most of the people who come to this are interested in the bouzouki. So we'll keep it to bouzouki for a good long while. And I say a good long while, it could be for the rest of the year. So every single week, bouzouki, 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 bouzouki. Okay, so what's going on here, guys? This shimmer shake, if I show you guys what that actually looks like. Nope, wrong one. Is it to this? No, that's meant to be that, yeah, and that. There we go. I always get mixed up where everything is in Final Cut, no, Logic Pro. If I go into shimmer shake here, just to show you guys what I have going on here, is like, you know, shakes and stamps and foots and tambourines and stuff. So this is what it sounds like. I can go into the mixer and the pattern and mess up the pattern if I want. Am I doing Hotel California? On the back of the yeah, so you end up going into other things. How do I stop this? Now, I can mess around with that, and there's loads. This is well worth it, guys. You see, if you ever like have like a not iMovie, what do you call it? GarageBand, or like you get Ableton. You know, there's loads of sort of free software you can get. You can really increase the what it's capable of doing by getting these plugins. And the one that I have here, Shimmer Shake, Strike 2. Again, play one zone forever. You get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different, you know, percussion instruments. It just kind of makes it. It's sometimes nice, you know, just listening to something that isn't always the bar one, like having a cajon or something, or just tambourine. Like, I mean, I know that's very sort of modern. You probably wouldn't get that in most sessions. But if I was just to play that and then mute, you can hear. Here's your tambourine. It's nice to have that as well. It beats practicing with a metronome. That's you know, that's what I'm looking for, is like just a metronome to keep me in time. And this is far nicer than just having like in the background. Although it is harder to hear yourself over this. Okay. And I've added wee triplets in. You can just sort of go in and mess around with things. The nice thing about it as well, if I just stop it, is that it's got sort of a human aspect to it. You can humanize it a wee bit more, so that when you play a triplet, that the or whatever in this, it kind of carries over into the next beat a wee bit. So it's kind of, you can increase the humanization of it, so it doesn't sound like a like a computer doing it. Nothing beats real people actually playing it, of course, guys. I'm definitely not one of these people who thinks AI is just going to replace everything musically. No. It's getting, I even think people are getting tired of it now, and it's only just started. So I see a lot of blowback on like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube against the AI goop that's coming out at the moment. So you can imagine how bad it's going to get. It'll probably will become indistinguishable, but I think people will still enjoy just playing live acoustic stuff. So that's one little thing I like about doing it this way. I can also just, solo in the whistle. So if I just wanted to go over here. Oh, I better go in here and actually undo what I just did. I think I muted everybody, did I? Yeah. Bring back you. Okay. Also, the other thing is you can slow it all down, and everything, because I recorded the Otter's Holt to a temp, like a metronome, I can now slow it down so everything keeps in time. So speed it up. I wouldn't practice. Yeah, it's a wee bit too quick to practice too, so just keep it at 100. That's where I recorded it at. So yeah, be sure that if you're ever doing something like this, that when you record your audio of you playing whatever your instrument that you're playing, that you make a note of what tempo that is and try and keep to a metronome. And then when you import it into programs like this, the amount of stuff you can add to it just to make it a bit more interesting. Even here, like here's the guitar, session guitarist. If I bring up session guitarist, oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Just select set. There we go. And bring up session. This is another plugin, but now it's doing. Some of you guys who may have seen me on Instagram will know that I've used these things before. Actually, what does it play? Let's hear. This will be interesting. Nice. That's a nicer chord, maybe. So See there? Da 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 da. Ba 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 da 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 da. Yeah. Is that what it was? I have to remember now. Maybe a wee bit syncopated for me to get that. Well, let's slow it down and find out. If we just go in here and then just tap on this and just drag, click and drag. Anywhere time you see that in Apple, you know, you don't have to type in an actual number. You can just drag the numbers down. I usually go down to about 86%. That's 88, 86. And let's just repeat a little section over and over. Yeah, so when you get down to I like that. So yeah, you learn something new all the time when you're using these things. I never stop. Okay, what about with the bar on? Let's just mute these guys for a second. Let's go back to good old traditional. Let's hear the bar on just for a sec. Now this one, again, this is all using contact players. You guys can see this is Spotlight Collection, the Ireland one, and now I've got the hand position quite high up to dampen it down, I think, so it doesn't such, you know, they do want it like dunga, you know, George the Jungle. You do actually want to have a little bit of dampen there. Still a nice, it's got a nice sort of thud. Thud. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Da-ba-da-da-da-da. Messed it up. About the G at the end. Okay. Well, you can also make a complete mess of it as well, but it's all fun. So yeah, I like messing around with this stuff, guys. So yeah, if you're interested, I can do, you know, ask me anythings as well, or on Wednesday nights from 5 o'clock. And I can go into this, like, where do you get this stuff? How do you use this stuff? It's great fun. It really does lift your practice, and you actually may end up creating something. It does lift your practice, but you actually may end up creating something that you just like the sound of, and get other people involved and send it off to other people. So this is great fun. And I really love practicing this way. You only have to do it the once, by the way. You know, once I have that in as a real rhythm, I just add a new audio of me playing tin whistle or recording somebody else, inputting them in, just to sort of speed up them up and slow them down as well. So yeah, the only thing I probably want to change would be the session guitarist chords. You know, if I was doing that. Let's add the shimmer shake back in. Yeah, so now we've got the shimmer shake, the baron, and the whistle, and we'll add the bouzouki with me. Let's do it from here. Oh. Yeah. There we go. It's at 86%. Yeah, I might actually put it up to full speed because I messed it up if I do it this way. Maybe here. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's a bit loud. Yeah, let's see what how loud was that. That'll interest me. This is just me getting levels right, guys. Me make a mistake. And do you know what I'm gonna do someday? I'm gonna take all my bloopers together. No, maybe I won't. I'm just gonna take all my bloopers together and make a YouTube video out of them. But it'll be fun, like for the first 5 minutes. Then people are like, okay, yeah, it's getting a bit repetitive, making the same mistakes. Speed up this here. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That poor wee whistle. You're never gonna hear it over all that, but yeah, it's just to practice, something to practice too. Yeah, so let's well, we heard everything, didn't we? I won't do it with the guitar and the bouzouki because I'll be doing different things to the guitar, but this is what it would sound like if I just I'm just gonna let it roll without me playing. Okay, let's come out. Don't save. Radio. I was messing around with so many things there. I had it the way I wanted it when we went in, so I don't want to mess anything up. So there was one little extra thing there that I was doing, guys, that you may have noticed. Some of you guys who've come to my lessons before, the course lessons, I should say. Also, I've met lessons on the Thursdays as well. Sorry, the Wednesdays. The Wednesday evenings. There was one little extra chord. You can actually add in the top note as well, but I never do. What is that chord? Well, it's a chord that I use quite frequently, actually. If I just put in the B minor, so that is your considered chord 1. Bum. Oh my goodness. Don't ignore that. D major 7 sharp 5 over A sharp. What? It's just, if you just ignore the top string, it's just an F sharp major chord. F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. So F, A, C, and just sharp and everything. Okay, so that's considered chord 5, which brings you to chord 1. And that's where I was getting that Hotel California thing from. On the dark desert highway. There it is again for the, so you go down to and you're down to your G. And your D. Maybe E minor. There she stood in the rain. What was it again? Whatever. So it happens quite a bit where you've got that, not so much in trad, but definitely in pop music and sort of more modern harmonies. I use that quite a bit. I also use it up here, of course, to get to D. I do that to get into the second half. So it's exactly the same hand position, except it's now a major chord. A, C sharp, and E. So it's always considered like a chord 5. You can even think of it like a secondary dominant of whatever it's the dominant of. In this case, it's the secondary dominant, or sorry, it is the dominant of D. Going up to there. So it always goes up a semitone. Just like, or if it doesn't go up a semitone, at least falls a semitone. Yeah, so fart around with that, guys, to see can you get Hotel California on the Irish Bouzouki. That'll be fun. Okay, let's see if we can bring up the whistle just so I can work it. I'm going to try and work out, how are we for time? Oh, good. I'm going to see, can I work out a, now that I've messed around with it and warmed up, I'm going to work out a counterpoint to this. And I may try it out here. Well, let me see. Yeah. I'll just bring over the desktop just for a wee second so I can show my crazy thinking here. I might slow it down and I'm going to do it in this. Okay, so let me see. I'll bring over pitch switch. I'm going to slow it down to 86%. That's my go-to. 86. Might even go further. Yeah, I think I played this quite fast, so I'm going to put it down to 70%. So I'm just going to save as, what is this? Otter Holt minus the semitone thingy. Can I make this bigger? I have to try and get in here. So it's louder, but it's the semitone louder. So I think it's this, yeah. And slow. What was it? 70%. Yeah, 70%. So if I save that, hopefully it just appears here. It's not going to save over something. Yay. Okay, there it is. Now, what I'm going to do is open that in. Open in Fission. So it's slowed down, this one. My big breath in there. So let me hit that there. So that's the end of the first. There's probably another break, is there? Yeah, there for the B section. Zoom in and try and get it just before. There we go. And same thing for here. Is there another break? Yeah, just about here. Zoom in again and just, there we go. See how quick that is? Like it's literally, that's, oh my goodness, did I play it twice? I did. Well, I don't need to do it all over again. Just to the ending. Okay, break. There we go. So there is my A, B, B. I really don't need all of this again, but I'm just going to leave it. Just zoom in. It'll just keep playing and playing. Oh. Okay. Usually when I'm doing this, I'll go back to Bouzouki so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Da 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 dum. Maybe I don't have to do that. That's so nice. Oh no, I'm stealing this. Am I stealing this from another? is that? Oh, so you think you can tell? Okay, I'm just nicking everybody else's ideas here at this stage. Okay, how am I gonna get out of this now? Oh, that's coming out a bit weird tonight. My fingers must be getting a bit tired. Okay, that's how we listen. Okay. There's a couple of wee things that I was doing there, aside from nicking from other respected rock groups, is having this. I do that quite a bit. You see, you're kind of stuck that you can't really do a lot of sort of polyphonic movement unless you break the chord. Now I'm just ripping off Prince. What is it with tonight's music? So yeah, having that. So it's like hammer on underneath the chord. So instead of just playing your normal B minor chord, try hammer, like taking two of the fingers off and adding them back on when you hit those strings. So the third course there. Da-dum. Yeah, my fingers are definitely getting a wee bit. Same thing for A. What I would try to do there when if my fingers weren't wrecked is da 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 dum. But what I'm gonna do is just da da dum, which is just holding him and then taking him off, and then second course. Da 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 dum into the G. And then there's another thing I've just ripped off from Bryan Adams this time. Da da da. You know it's true. Everything I do. Yeah. Can't get that now. Yeah, so that first half then, the A section to this tune, it's just messing around with those chords. This is less of a counter melody than we're used to because we're kind of restricted by being stuck in this sort of B minor tonality. So as soon as you lift that off, all you're going to have is just... You know, it's very, what's the word? It's very thin. I kind of prefer having the... And then just under your A. And notice that when I slide down to here, I swap over the fingering for that quite quickly in order to have that da da dum in the first course. So up here, I have to move my mic out of the way, I can't really see it. My mic just a wee bit. There we go. There we go. And once you get to that, swap over to your other A. So you have this. And then da da dum dum to the G. And what you could do is da 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 dum. Or, because you know you've got to get to that A again and you have to end on that. Or you could do it down the chord slower. It sounds better up high. And of course you're into D after that. So let's go back to the start of this A section and see what does that sound like with the whistle. Oh, I'll play it a few times. Into the B section, da, 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 da. So this is going to be a wee bit more straightforward because we're in D and there's lots of counter melodies you can do in D. Oh. instead of going up. That's what the melody is. But we're gonna go down. That last part. Da da dum, that's what I'm looking for. I like that. Da da dum. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Da 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 dum dum. You can actually it doesn't wee pinky, but all to help out. Oh yeah, that is just a counter melody. It's just based around D, like this is the usual sort of standard fare. That should be hammer on. That's what I'm doing wrong. Yeah. So don't bother, you know, hitting him when you get him. Da 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 bum. So hammer on. Hammer on again. Yeah, so what does that sound like with the whistle? Ah! I don't know why I've messed that up all the time. I can do it all on its own. It's very similar to da-dum on the third course. That's the only difference is you just stay there. Ah, I messed that up. Remember to end on the B minor. Or G. If it's the very end of the piece like Olivia did. Anyway. Oh, okay. I think we got there, guys. So the first half then is just you're kind of stuck with the B minor. Into the B section. Ah. Yeah, see, now you get to this stage, guys, where you end up playing it like wrong, like 4 or 5 times in a row. Stop and try and do it slowly, because what I end up doing and what you'll end up doing if you do the same thing as me is you'll end up practicing it wrong. So if you keep playing, making the same mistake over and over again, you're actually practicing it wrong, and then when you do finally understand what you're doing wrong, you have to fight against yourself. So that da 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 dum, that's becoming little issue that I'll need to work on. Da 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 dum. To go there as well. Okay, let's see, can we do the whole thing from the beginning with the whistle? Yeah, there's a lot of practice I need to put in there, but I think, yeah, my fingers are just probably asking for a bit of a break. Yeah, it's been going for a while. Okay, radio. So what we'll do, guys, is I'll have like a little short I think made for that as well. Yeah, we'll look into that and see can we make it a wee bit more traditional. At the moment, it's just the for me, it's just too jarring going from that A section to the B section where there's just, there's nothing really in the A section, and it's all of a sudden in the B section you've got this like counter melody idea going on. So if I was playing that live in a session, I would probably throw in just the odd little counter melody here and there. I wouldn't do it the whole way through because it would just be weird to be doing like, just just your normal chords with the odd little hammer on, and then suddenly you're I probably wouldn't do it like that. I'd probably just go into da 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 da. The odd little thing here and there, and that's usually what bouzouki players do. Is just a little bit. Tend not to do counter melodies to everything. So. But you know where you can put them in. Da 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 da. Just there. So because we know where all of those are going to go, you can put them in just whenever you feel like it. So instead of doing all of it, like, take your pick out of all of that and say, okay, I'm just going to strum. Let's go back to strumming. Oops. Yeah. So you decide where you want to put them in. But if you watch back over this video, you'll see that I put them all together just to create like a counter melody. Okay, we'll leave it there, guys. So thanks very much for coming out. And if you're about tomorrow night, yeah, the Ask Me Anything is on tomorrow night from 5, and then the Bouzouki class is on tomorrow night as well from 7. So yeah, you're more than welcome to come along to that, guys. So to the Ask Me Anything for the Bouzouki class, that is a paid class, unfortunately. So unless you're part of the class, you can sign up and come along and join us, and we go into these things in a wee bit more detail, and you also get some feedback, and I can see what you're doing and, you know, give you some pointers as well. You're more than welcome to join us, guys, anytime. So yeah, head on over to the website and you can check out how to enroll in the Bouzouki class if you're interested. So that's every single Wednesday at 7. The Ask Me Anything community is on just before, so that's from 5. So during those couple of hours, I just, you know, for YouTube, I'll be here. And if you have any questions about music or music theory or Bouzouki or any questions at all, I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, we'll leave it there, guys. And thanks very much for coming out.